You've got it tuned to listener-powered KEXP 90.3 FM in Seattle, worldwide, KEXP.org. Just heard music from Virginia Ashley, a song with David Sylvian, singer for Japan, dating back to 1986. The record Hope in a Darkened Heart, song Some Small Hope on KEXP. And joining me right now, Caroline Polachek. So great having you here.
Thanks so much. Such a pleasure.
Welcome
that Virginia Ashley record actually is one of my deep favorites. So,
no way.
Yeah, it's a coincidence you guys just played it.
I probably haven't played that in like 5 years.
Oh, such an inspiration to me.
And nobody knows her.
But everyone knows David Sylvian. He's kind of like popped up everywhere, didn't he?
He did. He's got such a great voice. But Virginia Ashley, like, man, those records were beautiful. I don't even know how you'd describe them from that era.
A pastoral MIDI or something like that.
Yeah, totally. Cool. That's so awesome that you like that and listen to that. So thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
And do you mind playing a couple songs? And then we can chat a bit about the new record and what you got going on.
So the first song I'm going to play is a song called Go As a Dream.
Okay.
Someone changed the clock and left the window open when I must have drifted off. And it's just your kind of trick to leave me empty-handed, leave me with the riddle unsolved. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can make this peace. And you're almost like the god played by the magician, but this time you're not coming back. And you're slipping through my fists, blurry at the edges, leaving only legend. You go as a dream, go as a dream, go as a dream, go as a dream. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can make this peace. And it hit me like a brick, a joke without a punchline, a script that nobody read. If you saw me lying here through my bedroom ceiling, you would have me pick up my head and go as a dream, go as a dream, go as a dream, go as a dream.
And the next song I'm going to play is a song called Door.
Took 10 laps round the planet to prove what I wasn't. And the door slams hard behind you when you leave the house of judgment. Been waiting for regret to hit me, some kind of reckoning. I waited for the drop, cause lately the yank comes with you. Back in the city, I'm just another girl in a sweater, but bet she will know this signature on a check made out to you. Now that the sunset salt in the wound, yes, sometimes I don't know who I'm singing to. Who is the you who I sing to when the house is empty? You open a door to another door, to another door, to another door, to another door, and I'm running through to you. You open a door to another door, to another door, to another door, to another door, and I'm running through to you. And we're waking up sore and dizzy from a Daniel concussion, and the rainfall makes you miss me, even though I say it doesn't. Back in the city, I'm just another girl in a sweater. Back in the city, everything's different when we're not together. You open a door to another door, to another door, to another door, to another door, and I'm running through to you. You open a door to another door, to another door, to another door, to another door, and I'm running through to you. Running, 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 running. Running, 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 running. Back in the city, I'm just another girl in a sweater, but bet you will know the signature on a check made out to you.
Caroline Polachek live in studio here at KEXP. Beautiful. Love that song, Door. Right before that, Go Is a Dream. Both of those are from your most recent album, Pang, but very different versions here.
Yes.
So thank you, first of all, for this stripped-down acoustic piano versions of these songs. Really special.
Thanks. Yeah, this is a very special thing for me, too, because I've been a synth player for all of my life as a musician, and I learned at a really young age, like we're talking 7 years old, that you can transpose, so I never actually learned how to play in other keys. But when you guys invited me to come do this session, I was like, you know what? I think it'd be really interesting to take this electronic record and just strip it as far back as I can.
Very cool. Well,
So,
thank you.
My pleasure.
And you're not touring right now, so this is a special performance for KEXP listeners.
Exactly.
Thank you. So I was going to ask, like, if this is how the songs originated on piano, but obviously not. Then.
Well, yes and no. I like to always have a piano in the room when I'm writing, and one of my songs, "So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings," was actually written on the piano, like that main. That kind of motif was all written on the piano. But yeah, I'm kind of more of a sonic writer. I respond to kind of textures and beats when I'm writing.
Well, that kind of leads me to just sort of a question as to sort of how you got here right now. Not literally, but you know, your band Chairlift disbanded in 2016. You put out 2 albums under pseudonyms between then and this new one, Pang, and those albums, both pretty experimental electronic records. And I was curious, as an artist, was it liberating? Was the breakup of Chairlift liberating for you?
Yes, but at the same time, I feel like each chapter I've had in my sort of musical career so far, whether it was, the 3 records Chairlift made were all extremely different from each other. And then those 2 side projects you just mentioned were also extremely different. And I feel like liberation is kind of an ongoing process that I'm always redefining.
Nice. Yeah, and the new album, by the way, Pang, is beautiful. And congratulations on that. It's also getting a lot of attention right now as everybody sort of puts together their year-end retrospectives.
2019.
I know. Do you pay attention to that kind of stuff? Like, I think Pace today just listed it at number 3, maybe.
I mean, it's very flattering. I try not to take that stuff too seriously. I think so many of the records that really inspired me growing up were records that flew way under the radar. So I try and just kind of focus on the connection the music has with people individually. Yeah,
it's got to be tough, right? You just want the music to stand on its own,
but thank you, Paste.
Yeah, but of course, right? It's awesome to get attention for work you do. So do you feel like on some of the other records that you, especially the last 2 in particular, Ramona Lisa, Arcadia was the album, and then under CEP, the album Drawing the Target Around the Arrow, are you kind of channeling different aspects of yourself artistically in each individual project?
Definitely. I think with both those projects, I was workshopping different things that were important to me that I couldn't fit into Chairlift. And I think it's important knowing what impulses do and don't fit into projects, actually, not trying to cram everything in. But CEP was just an exploration of sonics. That whole album is made with sine waves, using a technique that I'd actually used on a Beyonce production and was also using on the Ramona Lisa record, but I just wanted to isolate that technique and focus on it for 1 hour of music. So that was a kind of like secret project, didn't really give it much promotion, whereas the Ramona Lisa record, in a lot of ways, operated as kind of a petri dish for a lot of what I'm doing now. It's a really theatrical project. The live show is much more about visual and theater and dance, and I think a lot of that, learning and exploration from that project definitely ended up in the DNA of what I'm doing now.
Do you always tuck away ideas?
Not consciously, actually, but I have found that whatever I'm doing or thinking about ends up showing up like exactly 2 years later.
Wow.
So you kind of have to like take care of your future self,
That's true. That's an interesting cycle. I love that you are playing right now at the piano with a very small spiral notebook.
Oh yeah, it's got a lenticular owl on it, for those of you who are tuning in. Just notes.
Yeah. That's sort of like a cool analog way of just journaling, maybe, right?
Yeah, this is actually my journal. I really like combining notes and journal at the same time. You get like a look at the texture of your life.
Yeah. Do you go back and read old ones?
Sometimes. The ones that I transcribe on my laptop end up getting a lot more traffic than the ones that get tucked away in a box.
Yeah. So how then do you currently write? Like, you mentioned the motif for the new single you did at the piano, but how do your songs take form?
So many ways. I wish I had an easy answer to that question. It's usually one of 2 things. It's either like a total urgent thing that happens. I'll be in the shower or in the subway and I hear a melody and like I have to stop everything and just get it down.
Do you have your phone handy and you just hum right into it?
The notes are treasure trove of like horrible melodies. And then the other way is just experimenting. That's usually more of a social thing. I'll be in the room with some other people and just go hunting.
So you mentioned Beyonce, and you've worked with a bunch of big artists: Beyonce, Solange, Blood Orange, just to mention a few. How do those? Are they collaborations? How do those take shape?
Well, to be fair, I haven't worked with Solange yet. Everyone says I have, but I'll
Really?
take the compliment.
You should.
I feel like all those other collaborations, though, have happened just really organically. Solange was actually probably the one to thank for the Beyonce collaboration because she showed Beyonce Chairlift, and that sparked Beyonce's interest in bringing me into the fold. But it usually is just through very organic, mutual fan-based relationships, which is actually how I met most of the collaborators on this album. It wasn't really cold calls. It was people who I just knew and was interested in working with.
Yeah. Is it true, I read somewhere, that the original kind of impetus for what became Pang was actually maybe songwriting for Katy Perry or a bunch of demos? Or
This is a horrible rumor that journalists love propagating.
So I read this, right? And I wanted to bring it up because then maybe the magic mushroom part is like...
I mean, Katie, if you're listening, give me a call, we'll write.
True.
But no, Pang was written for Caroline Polachek.
Yeah, it's beautiful and it sounds that way.
Thank you.
Do you consider yourself pretty prolific? Because as an outsider, it seems like you are.
Well, I'm definitely prolific behind the scenes. I'm very picky and perfectionist about what I put out. So I have been on a pretty slow release cycle compared to some artists who put out like an album a year, which I really admire.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get up there, but no, I'm always making stuff and always writing.
Yeah. So what is the plan? So you're here playing, acoustic basically, and but you have some dates coming up. I noticed a Lincoln Hall date in Chicago, mid-January. Also Warsaw and Brooklyn. So is this going to be another tour, full band?
Yeah, I'm actually intentionally not doing this album with a band. It's mostly an electronic album, and when I was thinking about what I really wanted to bring to people with this album, it's a visual. It's kind of, I think that'll get people closer to how I experience the music than trying to interpolate these sounds on live instruments. So the show is like a really beautiful visual piece, and I'm just bringing it to select venues rather than pounding the pavement on a tour bus.
What do you mean by, visually, a visual representation, which is closer to how you envision the records or experience them or the songs?
Yeah, when I listen to the music, it evokes, places, textures, colors, dynamics, really intense moods that I think I'm able to express a lot better as a visual artist than I am as an arranger.
Yeah. And how do you go about doing that?
Well, you have to come to see the show.
Yeah.
But no, specifically, I've been working with a handful of really talented visual collaborators. One of them I've been working with for almost a decade now, named Eric Epstein. He's an animator who worked on most of the Chairlift music videos, but has been collaborating with me on these as well. And together, he and I have put together a projection mapped light show that hugs this big hand-painted mural of a gate that we had made custom by this Hollywood backdrop painting house that's been around since the 1920s and is still making them all the same way.
That sounds really cool.
And so we're going out with this giant old-school canvas backdrop, and he is bringing it to life in this really amazing way that I don't think normal projections could ever really replicate.
Yeah.
And I just have loads of space to move and sing on stage within this world.
Cool. Look forward to that. So you're doing just some select dates. I know there's a San Francisco date.
Yes,
Is that the
sold
closest?
That is the closest for now, but stay tuned. We'll be kind of announcing dates one by one over next year.
Okay, cool. I hope that includes a Seattle date.
Same.
Cool. So it's Caroline Polachek here live on KEXP, the new album Pang. I love the word Pang, man. Short word with a lot of emotion, big emotion.
Thanks for understanding.
I don't know. It's really expressive to me. It's like bittersweet. There's a heartbreak part of it, but it's also got some kind of joy to it. Do you mind playing a couple more songs from the record?
I love to. This song is called "You're So Hot, It's Hurting My Feelings."
Not like I'm counting the days, but it's been 25. You're out there killing the game, but damn, I miss you tonight. And I'm out at a party, they're playing our song. I cry on the dance floor, it's so embarrassing. Don't send me photos, you're making it worse, 'cause you're so hot, it's hurting my feelings. I get a little lonely, get a little more close to me. You're the only one who knows me, babe. So hot, you're hurting my feelings, can't deal with all the X-rated dreaming. Back on the coast to coast life. You know I live for the hustle, but damn I miss you tonight. And I'm out at a party, they're playing our song. I cry on the dance floor, it's so embarrassing. Don't send me photos you make, and it was 'cause you're so hard, it's hurting my feelings. I get a little lonely, get a little more close to me. You're the only one who knows me, babe. So hard you're hurting my feelings, can't deal. And I'm out at a party, they're playing our song. I cry on the dance floor, it's so embarrassing. Don't send me photos you make, and it was 'cause you're so hard, it's hurting my feelings. I'll get a little lonely, get a little more close to me. You're the only one who knows me, babe. So hard you're hurting my feelings, can't deal. So hard you're hurting my feelings, can't deal. So hard you're hurting my feelings, can't deal. So hard you're hurting my feelings, can't deal.
And I have one last one for you now, which is called Ocean of Tears.
This is gonna be torture before it's sublime. Does that make it crazy? Cashing all of my courage before you're all mine. Does that make it crazy? Oh my God, I wanna know what it feels like to pull you close and tangle up with you real tight. The only thing that's separating you and me tonight is an ocean of tears. Oh my God, I wanna know what it feels like, just an inch away from living a dream life. The only thing that's separating you and me tonight is an ocean of tears. Show me the future, yeah, I'm all eyes. Tell me you're ready. Pulse is racing and racing and racing and racing, but it's a long ride. Tell me you're ready. Oh my God, I wanna know what it feels like to pull you close and tangle up with your real tight. The only thing that's separating you and me tonight is an ocean of tears. Oh my God, I wanna know what it feels like, just an inch away from living a dream life. The only thing that's separating you and me tonight is an ocean of tears. future. Yeah, my all eyes tell me you're ready.
Caroline Polachek, live on KEXP, stepping away from the synths and behind the piano for a beautiful special session here at KEXP. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
2 songs there, Ocean of Tears, So Hot, You're Hurting My Feelings. Both of those can be found on Pang. And look for the Select City Tour coming up.
Exactly. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And look forward to seeing you in the year ahead with the full-on show with the visuals and everything.
Thanks.
Cool. Big time thanks as well to Jim and Scott on video, and Carlos taking photographs, and Kevin Suggs on sound, Greta Rose on board opping, and Miles on hospitality. And thanks to all the donors that make sessions like this one, these very special sessions possible. It is listener-powered KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.